rock and roll music?
Rock and roll was born in the flames of gospel and rhythm and blues. Music like the wings of the phoenix.
Some of the earliest rock and roll icons were Chuck Berry, Elvis Presley, and Buddy Holly.
Oh, hi there, boys. I'm Chuck Berry.
Oh my God, Chuck Berry!
It's Chuck Berry. Hi, boys. I was one of the originators of the rock and roll sounds. I utilized the electric guitar, lead and rhythm, and the backbeat to make popular great songs like Johnny B. Good, Maybelline, and Roll Over Beethoven. Wow, Chuck Berry, what is the beat of a rock and roll song like?
I was wondering the exact same thing.
Oh boys, listen closely. I have been told that a beat is, and I quote Wikipedia here, a boogie-woogie blues rhythm with an accentuated backbeat.
Bye, Chuck Berry. Thanks for teaching us about rock and roll. Bye.
Oh yeah! Alright! Are you gonna be in my dreams tonight?
Not running.
Wait, I hear music.
Again.
Oh my God.
Hi, boys. I'm John Lennon. And I'm Paul McCartney. George. I play the drums. Ringo!
What did you guys do with the rock and roll sound?
We made our simple rock music like I Wanna Hold Your Hand very, very, very popular. George.
Then we moved on to the hippie and anti-war movements. I was really big into that stuff. Well, thank you. You had a great influence on us all. George.
But then we evolved into a revolutionary rock quintuplet. We had great albums such as Abbey Road and Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
What culture did you create?
In the beginning, it was lots of teenage girls. Ringo!
Bye, Beatles. It was nice talking to you.
Dude, who are you talking to?
They disappeared. Elton John?
Wow, Elton John, what did you add to rock and roll in the 70s?
I love playing the piano. I incorporated my piano into my music that was popular in the early 70s when disco was king. Everything was funkier back then.
Wow, so rock music became less serious?
You could say that. I had to go now, but it was nice chatting. I'm English.
Was always burning since the world's been turning, but we tried to fight it. Jordan, we didn't start the fire. No, we didn't.
I'm Billy Joel. I took music to new levels in the 80s with the piano.
Hi, Billy Joel.
Bye, Billy Joel. The 80s rock and roll got kind of weird.
And it kind of sucked a lot. Oh!
You guys are lying! Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The music was about alcohol and loose women. It was about letting loose and hard licks and high-pitched vocals. Guitar solos.
Thanks for the update on hair metal, guys.
But go away now. Bye. Did you have a happy life? I shot myself in the face.
What band were you in, Kurt Cobain?
I was in Nirvana. I used hard guitar licks and
depressing vocals to cause a sensation in the world of grunge. I was followed by bands like Alice in Chains and Pearl Jam. Ugh. I shot myself in the face.
Oh, hello, and welcome to Rock and Roll History 101 with Professor Ludwig Merriweather Alsberg. I'm going to give you a run-through of rock and roll history from the 50s to the future. I heard you already went through the timeline, but let's do a quick refresher. We started out in the 50s. Chuck Berry, Elvis, and Buddy Holly. Heavy rock in the 60s featured the Beatles, the Byrds, and the Who. And these bands were like to challenge the accepted beliefs of people, like to challenge the Vietnam War. And then we got into the 70s, disco and rock. Very different, but both in the 70s. ABBA, disco, all these other are rock. Pretty exciting stuff. Early 80s, Billy Joel. Billy Joel again. Michael Jackson and Van Halen. Late 80s. Here we're getting into metal. Guns N' Roses, R.A.T.T., and Poison. 90s. Nirvana, I heard you met him. Pearl Jam, Green Day, and Oasis. Now, the future.
Oh, hello there. Welcome to the cultural part of Rock and Roll 101. As we see, this is rock and roll culture, okay? In the 1950s, many people went to sock hops. Sock hops were dances where people had to take off their shoes to not scuff the floor, so they called them sock hops. And people wore poodle dresses. In the 1960s, American Bandstand, a television show hosted by Dick Clark, was very, very popular. It showcased new music acts in rock and roll. The anti-war movements in the later half of this 1960s and in the middle were a very big part for many bands to branching out to new cultures, okay? Long and untidy hair of the hippies was a very big part of the culture of anti-war movements, okay? 1970s were very important for disco, but not so much for rock and roll. Variety shows ruled the air with Donnie and Marie Osmond, okay? And then disco parties with cocaine that people would inject in their noses and other orifices was a very big part in experiencing the music. People wore bell-bottoms and slacks. Okay, the 1980s made way for heavy metal, which was broken into hair metal and glam metal. Pop became rock influenced, and bands like Van Halen were played at school dances, headbands and big hair, okay? In the 1990s, nobody really cared. No, I didn't care, okay? So, unbuttoned flannel and dirty hair. Okay, so that's all. So, I hope you have a good day. Okay, so, one more last thing. Yeah, I wanna thanks for listening? Question mark? Quotation mark? Question mark? Quotation mark? Question mark? Quotation mark? Question mark? Okay.
Hi boys, I'm John Lennon. And I'm Paul. That's ringing. Do you think Billy Joel has a Latin influence in his music?
No.
Exactly. He says Billy Joel revolutionized music by combining genres like Latin and like salsa influence.
Are you videotaping right
A little.
Sorry.